Are you looking forward to the Sony A9 Mark III or the A7 IV at this Tuesday's announcement? Well, a source tells us that it's going to be something else. This and more after the intro. Hi, I'm Simon. Thanks for tuning into The Ordinary Filmmaker. Subscribe to get notification of new videos like this one so you don't miss any news like the news covered off in this video. You won't miss any rumors, gear reviews, or tutorials. And to make things just a little bit more exciting, I'm giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. Details are in the description down below, or you can watch this video here. Please look at the terms and conditions, as there are some age and location restrictions. And now, for the news. Sony's announcing a new alpha camera on Tuesday, January the 26th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That's this coming Tuesday, just 2 days away. I'm going to be taking the day off to provide the necessary coverage. I'm excited to see what's going to be announced. Sony teased us by saying that the camera is the one never seen. Is this a completely new camera model, or are we going to see new technology never before seen? What do you think? Let me know in the comments section down below. Now, some of you do think that we are going to see the A7 IV or the A9 III with new innovative technology that's going to crush the competition. Sony Alpha Rumors' longtime trusted source says that Sony will launch a new RX camera with the world's first full-frame curved sensor. This is why Sony teases it with the one never seen. A few viewers did say that we are due for a new RX camera. And a few days ago I said that, well, I really expect Sony to announce new technology at this event. Sony's one of those companies that's been very aggressive, and they've been very aggressive in the camera segment since it produced its first mirrorless camera. And since Canon woke up in 2020, we can expect Sony to compete strongly against Canon and vice versa, which is going to bear positive fruit for both camps. But a curved sensor, that's definitely new. What are the new capabilities of this curved sensor? What else has changed to accommodate the curved sensor? And what other technology will Sony introduce into this camera? We're just days away from finding out. For those looking for the A9 Mark III or the Sony A7 IV and don't care much for the new RX camera, Sony Alpha Rumors source said that Sony will have many more camera announcements this year, including one camera announcement to follow shortly after January the 26th. I know what you're thinking. You want the A9 Mark III and you want it now. We've been teased about it for months. We've also been teased about the A7 IV since about this time last year. And I know how you feel. I've had the Canon 70D for about 7 years before I upgraded. And for the last 3 or 4 years, I got tired of seeing what Canon was offering. And I almost went to the Sony A7S III, but Sony took so much time getting that camera out. I think it was 5 years. I waited so long. We'll get the A7 IV soon enough, along with the A9 Mark III. We just need to be a little bit more patient. Sony, after all, registered 3 new camera codes in Asia, so there's definitely more to come. I strongly believe that the A7 Mark IV and the A9 Mark III are coming this year, and I think it's not too far away. I was expecting to see the A9 III at this event. Sony Rumors said that we'd have an announcement in early January, and then they said we'd see it at CES. Now we have a Sony announcement, and Sony Alpha Rumors says it's an RX camera. But now, let's go behind the scenes. I posted it just yesterday, so I hit 20,000 subscribers yesterday, and then I did the raffle, I did the draw, and Jackson Law won. So I posted it on Twitter, I posted it on Facebook. I also posted comments under various videos, and lo and behold, 30 minutes after the announcement, Jackson Law reached out to me. So I've already got it packaged up, I've got his address on there, and that's going to be shipping out Monday or Tuesday, and it was very exciting. It was interesting. I had reached 20,000 subscribers, and to me that was kind of a milestone that said, congratulations, you've put in a lot of hard work, you've done a lot of tweaking to your channel, to the point where if you go ahead and look at how this channel started a year ago and you see the first few videos and you look at what I'm producing today, it's a huge difference. So I feel it's almost a bit of a validation. I'm still a long way away from 100,000 subscribers. I'm a long way from producing content like Gerald Undone or DP Review, but I keep improving, I keep tweaking, and one of the things I wanted to do by offering these prizes is not just to help me get more subscribers quickly and to try to get a few more eyeballs, but I also wanted a way to give back to you who's watching my channel, who's viewing, who's engaging in the comment section of each video, because that means an awful lot to me. I wanted to, as part of my goals for this channel, is to create a community forum where people could come in and they could comment. They didn't need an account. They didn't have to do anything special. They didn't have to pay. You could ask questions, you could comment, and create a community. So I was very excited about that. So I've already come up with 2 new prizes for the 30,000, and I'll be talking about those at the very end of this video, so stay tuned for that. I'm very excited by them. One's by Angel Bird, one's by Ulanzi. You can't win both, but you have a chance of winning one or the other, and that's really exciting. So Jackson Law, once again, congratulations. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get to you. I'm going to reach out to Canada Post tomorrow, get a tracking number and all that stuff, get insurance on it in case it gets lost. So you're covered either way, and then I'll let you know probably later tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm assuming that the post office is still open. For those of you not aware, I'm living in Ontario, and right now pretty well everything is shut down except for grocery stores and medical centers. So it's a very strange feeling here. But now for something else camera related. I purchased, do I have the lens here? No, it's probably on the shelf behind me. It's that one. Oh, no, it's directly behind me. I bought the EFS 10 to 18 millimeters, and I told you that last weekend when I went out and shot with it, I left the f-stop on f/22 and it didn't work out. Well, I fixed that mistake, and it was sunny yesterday, so I went out and shot, and guess what I forgot to do this time? I forgot to check myself in a mirror, and right here was a breadcrumb from breakfast. The video was good. It was really good. So I chucked that as well. But let me give you a bit of an update on what I noticed with the 10 to 18 millimeters. First of all, I really do love that the framing of 16 millimeters. And I shot on 10 millimeters, so it gives me the framing of 16 millimeters. It's just beautiful. But this lens with an f/4.5 multiplied by the crop factor, give me a what, 7.5, somewhere around there, is not the best in low light. Where I was shooting in the forest, there's some noise, and I'll do this again next week. I'll shoot in the forest and I'll get out into better lighting. And so where the low light is, it's not the best, but if you're out in full daylight, even if it's a cloudy, overcast day in the middle of winter in northern latitudes, it still produces some pretty good content, as you can see here with my son. And I like this. I like this focal length. I really like 16 millimeters. And what I love about the 10 to 18 millimeters, because it only cost me $130, is it gave me a chance to test out this framing. I can't go to camera stores. I can't try out lenses. And yes, I know in my mind I have an idea that 16 millimeters is going to be really good. But there's nothing like trying it out before you buy. And if I decide to get rid of the 10 to 18 millimeter, I can do one of two things. I can offer it up as a prize, or I can sell it and get my money back for it. So, where am I at with this lens? Well, there are some definite downsides to it. Because it is an EFS lens, when it's on an R system body, it's going to be in cropped mode. And you can see in the camera, you look at the menus, it says, yeah, crop mode, you can't change it. And sadly, you can't use 4K 120 if you've got the R5, and I really like 4K 120. Maybe it's because I've been watching a lot of camera conspiracies, and when I see Casey sort of going across the street, Queen Street or King Street down in Toronto, and I see him just, doing one of these slow motion things as he's going across, and, he's drumming it up for the camera. I can't do anything like that, and I'm not trying to copy Casey. I'm not going to do anything silly, but there's opportunities where I want to use 4K 120. I love slow motion in certain scenarios. And the EFS 10 to 18 millimeter says, Simon, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to use that. So I am going to eventually get an RF 16 millimeter lens. I know that Samyang makes a 14 millimeter, and I'm not sure if I want to go 14 millimeters. I'm really hoping that Canon comes out with some prime lenses, or some other companies come out with prime lenses that have good autofocus, that have good sharpness, and that are weather sealed. I strongly believe in weather sealing. I just had a comment from a user not too long ago, and he said, Son, I really don't see the point of weather sealing. Are you going to take the camera underwater? And no, weather sealing actually won't protect you from that. You guys might have heard of Niagara Falls. I'm about 2 hours away from there, and once a year we usually go down there, spend the weekend, and I take the camera out onto the Hornblower. You might have heard of the Maid of the Mist. Those are the boats that take people, ferry them to the falls. The Maid of the Mist is the American brand. The Hornblower is the Canadian brand. And one's red, one's blue. And the mist is white, red, white, and blue. Interesting, right? So I do take it into all weather conditions. I'm out shooting in the snow, and if you take your camera out in the snow, You're going to have the snow melt on it. What about heavy downpours? What about traveling? I don't want to have to be worrying about the weather, so I really appreciate weather sealing. But I also appreciate the light. The 10 to 18 millimeters, it's super light. Like you hardly feel like it's in your hand. It's just super light, and I really like that about it. I think it's about 200 grams, which is less than a pound. Well, it's less than half a pound. Now the Samyang 14 millimeters is about a pound, and so it's a little heavier. And after I shot with the 10 to 18 millimeters, I put the RF 50 millimeters on there, which weighs about 2 pounds. And you know what? The weight was too much. It just didn't feel right. But when I had the 10 to 18 millimeters on the R5, along with the Crane 2S, it just felt perfect. And I held it in tight like this. And I probably should pull it out a bit more so I could see the 14 millimeter look pretty good. But what starts to happen once you go beyond 16 millimeters to 14 millimeters and below, your nose starts to swell up pretty big and your face starts to rotate a little bit. And you can see this with Casey's videos, some of his early videos, when he's using those, 14 millimeter lenses or wider, then you get that effect. And I really don't want to create too much distortion. I really like to kind of capture things how they are. I get it. I'm not the greatest looking cat out there, and you know what? Any lens that distorts my face is probably going to be an improvement, right? But yeah, I've got a British sense of humor. It's self-deprecating for those of you that don't understand British humor. But the point is, I like to produce things as they are, and so when I shot video of my son yesterday using the 10 to 18 millimeters, I took it back, because in the camera through the LCD, you really can't tell. I thought, well, it looks okay, but the trees look a little faded. They look a little distorted, blurred. It didn't look right. But as soon as I got it back into the computer and I looked at it, and then I published it and watched it on our 4K LG TV, wow, I was stunned. I thought, wow, this is great. I mean, everything was in sharp focus. So the f-stop must have been somewhere north of f11, but it looked terrific. I was really happy with it. I can only imagine what it'd be like shooting with a 14 millimeter RF mount lens. It would probably be staggering. And I would really love to see like a 2 or a 2.8. Because I can see myself liking vlogging a whole lot more. I love the casualness of it. And I've got a lot of great scenes around here to do that. And I'm not afraid of people seeing me shoot as I shoot, because more often people are like, oh, what's he doing? Is this some sort of, probably one of those channel people or something, right? They think you're doing work. So I'm not embarrassed by that. But to have a 2.8 or an f2 really helps with those light situations, because I do like to get deep into the forest. I like to create different looks. But also even the thought of shooting at night, using street lights and other light sources to create a different view. I really, as part of this channel, as I said right at the beginning, it's an opportunity for me to learn and to have fun. And I want to get into vlogging a bit more, and I want to have fun with it. I want to learn with it. And you look, I spent $130 on the lens, the 18 to, sorry, I keep going backwards. It's a 10 to 18 millimeters. I shot it twice. I'm eager to get out there and try it again because I'm having fun, I'm learning. And, I wish I had Tim here, the village mayor, to help me out, because then I could bring the laptop out, I could shoot it, put it in the computer, see how it looks, and then tweak it. But I don't get to do that. When I'm out with my son, I got to go minimalist. I shoot it best I can. I bring it back to the house. How does it look? Didn't work. Okay, I'll do it another weekend, because I'm on my own schedule and I'm just trying to have fun. But that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win 2 Angelbird 128GB AV Pro MK2 V90 SD cards along with a dual SD card reader. I'll also be awarding a Ulanzi LED light prize bundle with 5 different LED lights. I'll be awarding these 2 prizes to 2 different lucky viewers once this channel reaches 30,000 subscribers. And then, of course, for every 10,000 subscribers or so after that, up to 100,000 subscribers, I'll be offering up different and more expensive prizes. Now, of course, once I reach 100,000 subscribers, I'll be awarding a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to 1 lucky viewer. And on that bombshell, thank you so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. We'll see you again soon.